Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good Monday afternoon. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Brandon Libby. A bit of a forecast update for you. We now have a Storm Track 7 yellow alert day for tonight. There will be the chance for some strong to severe storms, including some potential for damaging wind gusts, an isolated tornado, which is a lower threat, and some heavy rain, of course. And that's primarily going to be along and south of Highway 30. And it's going to come late tonight for us, generally midnight and after. So kind of an overnight event. Here's the wider severe picture across the country. It's an outbreak of severe weather expected there in Oklahoma and Kansas, a level 5 out of 5 risk for severe weather. The last time the Storm Prediction Center issued a level 5 out of 5, it was right here in Iowa, March 31st, 2023, for the EF4 Kyoto tornado. There is expected to be some long-tracking tornadoes, very large hail, and damaging wind gusts in that area. Now, we're not going to see the same threats as them. That system is going to grow into a line of storms that will roll to the east as it approaches our viewing area. And initially, again, they could be strong as they start to move in, especially there in our southern counties where there's now a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. And meanwhile, the level 1 has been pushed up to about Highway 18. And again, damaging wind gusts, the main threat here, maybe an isolated tornado within the line, and the hail threat should be fairly low as these roll in after midnight. So let's take a look at future track and we'll see the timing of everything. A nice afternoon out there. Temperatures have been very warm and we're going to see a mix of sun and clouds along with that fairly gusty southeast wind. Now as we start to approach midnight there, you see the line of storms trying to work their way in. And again, I think the strongest portion of that storm will be on the south edge of that line as it kind of rolls along and south of Highway 30. You'll notice it may be bowing out a little bit at times, especially when we get to the actual event on radar. And so that's going to basically move pretty quickly from west to east. The storms will probably be moving about 50 miles per hour. And so you'll see them right through the heart of our viewing area around 2 to 4 a.m. and then trying to work their way to the east as you go to about 6 a.m. Now these will generally weaken the further east they go as you go through the overnight hours. And that's kind of round 1. That's going to push out, again, roughly 7, 8 a.m. Some lingering junk on the backside is possible as you go into the early afternoon, but I do think we see partly cloudy skies. Possible redevelopment of more storms in the mid to late afternoon to the evening. That round is a little more uncertain right now, but we'll certainly have some warm temperatures and maybe some storm energy to work with. Just not a lot of lift to get those storms going. But there you see it hinting at it just a bit there. Getting to about 8 p.m. or so, and maybe 1 or 2 of those could be strong, but the severe threat for Tuesday afternoon should be lower than what we're going to expect tonight. That will clear out. Again, some isolated activity possible Tuesday night, and then into Wednesday looks like some redevelopment of storms throughout the afternoon. Yet again, some of those could be strong with maybe an isolated severe warning possible for wind and hail would be the main threat there. This is a look at the severe threat for tomorrow. The main threat is going to be off towards places like Ohio, Indiana with the level 2 out of 5. The level 1 out of 5 basically scrapes along our eastern counties right along the Mississippi River. I wouldn't be surprised with the coming updates to see that getting pushed to the west a little bit, but will likely stay as a level 1 out of 5 risk. Again, the marginal threat for wind and hail there. And then as you look at Wednesday, the greater severe risk off to our south, it's going to be another level 1 out of 5 for us here in eastern Iowa. Wind and hail main threats for Wednesday afternoon. So it remains pretty active, but once we get past Wednesday, the severe threat should be lower. And you're going to look at plenty of rain, of course, with all these different chances, probably ½ inch at the least, up to 1.5 inches across the viewing area, if not locally higher with some of those thunderstorms that will set up. Not just that, it's going to be pretty windy outside of thunderstorms for today, for tonight, and probably tomorrow as well, with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So we have some pretty warm temperatures out there for today, mid-70s generally across the area. Storms roll through for tonight. Everybody will see rain at least, but the strongest storm potential off to the south and southwest especially. Lows tonight, mid to upper 50s, and then for tomorrow, you could see some redevelopment in the later afternoon and evening. That's an overall lower threat or more uncertain threat right now, but it's still going to be pretty warm tomorrow with high temperatures mid to upper 70s. And that's basically where we're at for Wednesday, too. Some scattered storms popping up in the afternoon. And you'll still have some lingering rain chances, but again, the severe threat much, much lower Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, as high temperatures will be in the 60s. Finally, a dry day on Mother's Day Sunday, and it looks pretty warm heading into next week with more rain on the way.